Hi, my name is Dr. John Cecils. I'm the Director of Vocal Pedagogy here at CU Boulder.
Hi, my name is Melissa Lubeck-Saravia, and I am a doctoral candidate for the Doctorate of Musical Arts here at CU Boulder. I am from Houston, Texas, and my heritage is both German-American and Mexican-American. And while I was growing up as a little girl, my mother was finishing up her graduate degree at the University of North Texas in Denton, Texas. And one of her pet projects, one of her passions, was championing the music of Latin America. So she programmed an entire recital. And it was probably from that moment that I realized that this music was important to me and that I had something to say about it too.
That's wonderful. I am also a native of Texas. I grew up in San Antonio, Texas. And throughout my career, I've dedicated a great deal of my research and writing towards marginalized communities. I curated and wrote an article on the AIDS Quilt Songbook and curated a music collection through New Music's shelf, highlighting the works of LGBTQ plus composers and composers that chose to dedicate a piece to the AIDS Quilt Songbook. And I've also done a recording project with the Art Song Colorado organization entitled Marginalized Voices. Being a native of San Antonio, I sang a lot of Spanish music growing up, including going to my undergrad at the University of Texas at San Antonio. As I continued my degrees and studies, I went to the University of Michigan for my master's and back to Texas, even North Texas. I noticed that there was a lack of Spanish music in our schools, lack of Spanish music understanding. I took additional classes studying Argentinian music and collected a great deal of music during my doctorate. But over the years, I definitely noticed that there was a lack of music in our schools. Unless we take a class that specializes in Spanish music, this music is very much separate from the academic tropes that we see in academia. We are speaking to you today to request funding through grants and private donations. We hope to create an anthology for Latin American Spanish music, style, pedagogy, and language. The mission of this project is to champion the composers and specialists of often overlooked and undervalued Latin American song and zarzuelas. We want to create a pedagogical collection organized to highlight the principles of the bel canto period, meaning the principles of the pedagogues that existed in this period. So that includes Garcia, Lempertis, the Tosti, Marchesi, Vaccai, and many more. And one of the things that we've seen is that these pedagogues organized things in a way that included legato first singing and pure vowel singing. We see the Vaccai example as being something that has no doubles in it, just like the Spanish language.
It is important for us as well within this pedagogical technique to make sure that we're also representing culturally responsive pedagogy. As a child in Houston, Texas, my mother was disallowed from speaking Spanish in school. And because of the suppression of her culture and heritage, she and her sisters lost the ability to speak Spanish until they took private classes as adults. It is our hope that a culturally responsive view of pedagogy does the opposite and in fact champions the language instead of erasing it, champions the style instead of erasing it and assimilating it into what could be American or European style. We also are hoping to unveil the unique differences from nation to nation. Generally, I mean, a lot of times Latin America is seen as this just one big homogenous group. And we're hoping to go in and differentiate in the way the language is spoken, the different dialects, to differentiate in style, to differentiate in the way the composers write so that each nation feels uniquely represented.
We are seeking funding to help cover the costs associated with this undertaking. We will need funding for travel and living expenses in Latin America,
publishing expenses,
website creation and maintenance,
a book tour,
and a recording project.
Through these endeavors, our greatest hope is to cultivate a cultural exchange that will be enlightening, lasting, and meaningful.
We hope to begin this project the fall of 2024. We appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. If you would like to donate, we've included a link. Thank
Thank you.